Hello, welcome to Calling America, where patriots from across the U.S. come together to discuss current bills being passed by Congress and executive orders being signed by former Vice President Joe Biden, and furthermore, how those bills and executive orders affect each of us in our respective states. As always, unless we are quoting direct sources, all statements in this video are personal opinions. You can find all sources in the description below.
So what do you guys have for suggestions about what the people that are watching this podcast can do to kind of get the word out there for HR-1 bill and what they can do to fight against the HR-1 bill? So Courtney.
I think they can call their state legislators. I mean, I think that's really where a lot of the power resides currently. And I think that the people need to get the word out that they're not happy with this and that the state legislators need to fight against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shawn?
I'm the same way. Get with your state legislatures. They're the ones who actually control it. And also write your senators, make sure they keep that filibuster, that doesn't go away, because that's the only thing holding us back right now.
Yeah.
And like for me, I got 2 Democratic senators, so I don't think they're going to listen to me on voting no on the HR-1, but they might listen to me on the filibuster part.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mitch, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with your state legislatures. We had to be pretty lucky here in Georgia. We got a pretty much a good majority of Republicans in our state House and Senate. But I think you can go a little bit further than that. And I mean, come down a little bit. Yeah, you need to talk to your neighbors. Okay. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. Just, I don't go there and try and start a fight with them. Ask them if they know what it's about. Okay, I kind of like to embarrass them into not knowing what they should know, and sometimes they'll go take it upon themselves to go look. And I've had some neighbors be like, "Oh my God!" I said, "Yeah," and I wasn't on specifically HR-1, but this was on other things that people aren't paying attention. People are busy. People are working. They got kids. Schools, it's especially this past year when when everybody's been home. I've been home for 15 months now, so things kind of get hectic. But take the opportunity just to ping your neighbor or ping a friend. They don't have to be mean. Just say, hey, you really know what this is about, and let them find out on their own.
Yeah. So what I was going to say for Utah and my area and the people that I associate with is I think that the most important thing is knowledge for yourself, right? So that you can talk to other people. So I think the most important thing you can do is read about the bill. Don't read from mainstream media sites left or right. Read about the actual bill, what's in it, what it could do to potentially harm or make better our system. If you see some things as making it better, then all for it, right? But actually read parts of the bill, go through the bill, maybe watch some podcasts about the bill to get more information on it, and then spread the word to the people that you talk to every day, right? Because yeah, you can call your senator and your legislatures. That's really important because they're the ones that can make the actual changes in the laws. But if only the legislatures are the people with the knowledge, then we're going to end up with a continued country where we're at right now, where the populace is not educated and they have almost no desire to be educated in a lot of things anymore. A lot of people have no desire to research anymore because they don't even know where to start. A lot of people have no desire to be in politics because all they see is the hatred from both sides that comes from both sides and is just ridiculous, right? And I tell people about this little Trump parade I went to in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was in the back of this truck waving a flag, And this person drives up. We're probably halfway through this parade. And this person drives up opposite, right? Coming towards us. And they yell out their window with a big middle finger up. And they're like, Black Lives Matter. And with my flag in my hand and my Trump flag in my hand, I said, you're right. They do. Black lives do matter. And she looks at me. She pauses. And, F you! And she drives away. I was like, okay. Like, this is the type of behavior that's making it so that people don't want to be involved anymore.
Right.
And it's almost like they don't even care what happens to their own life, let alone their country. They don't care if half their paycheck is taken away because the government's just going to take it anyways, right? It's like, no, they don't have to take it. You can fight that and you can spread the word and you can fight this. So with elections, I think that we need to be educated ourselves, try our best to educate others, and call our senators. Yeah, call our legislatures, because that's huge. That's huge. Write them and call them and write them emails and just like give them all the crap. Like Mitch was saying earlier, throw all the crap at the wall and see which one sticks, right? Call them 10 times a day, write them a few emails, write them some letters, just throw everything at the wall. That's what the Democrats do. So we might as well try it and see if it works.
Right.
So any more comments, you guys?
Yeah, I just got to chip in here. And
Yeah, go for it.
so sorry about that. My roommates were getting loud. But I agree with everything that you guys are saying about educating yourselves, calling your state legislatures, calling your senators, calling your congressmen, women, and everything like that. My thing is that I am as I said earlier, I'm a huge political junkie, and I look through everything kind of at a political lens. And I think that what we need to do more than anything is we need to take back local control. Because that city council member, that county council member, that county mayor, county executive, county judge, I'm a city mayor, city manager. Those guys have the potential to one day be a congressman, congresswoman, or senator. If we start applying pressure and start holding them accountable, as well as educating ourselves and holding our state legislatures and our senators and our congress people accountable, then we have the opportunity to be like, hey, look, you work for us. And if you don't do what we want, if you don't represent us as we want, we will vote you out and you will never see us again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
all politics are local.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're seeing that. We saw that here in Utah. I mentioned that earlier. We went to the GOP convention, and while we were not delegates, we were just there in a booth. We had the opportunity to see the crowd boo Mitt Romney, A. And B, we also saw the Utah GOP, which is very establishment, very mainstream Republican Party. Business as usual, let's be polite, let's be conciliatory. And I believe we should be polite, but I believe that the time for conciliation is over. We have to fight. And as a result, the Utah GOP establishment party was endorsed by Mitt Romney and Spencer Cox, our governor. They had a whole list of candidates who they wanted to fill the state GOP leadership positions: chairman, vice chairman, secretary, and treasurer. None of those candidates won. None of those candidates won. And we're starting to see an awakening across the country, and people are starting to wake up and be like, all politics is local. Let's take this back.
And they almost got Mitt Romney censured. They did a vote to censure him, and it was like 791 or 792 to
789 to 711.
There you go. Yeah. All I know is it was like 80 votes or 70 votes or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, we almost had it. Out of 1,500 people that were there, 80 votes, and we almost censured him, but that sucks. So to Ethan's point, voting them out, we got to keep our word though. Like, we have to actually hold them accountable, not just boo at them until the GOP chair stands up and says, okay guys, be polite, be nice. They should have booed him until he left the stage, not letting him say a thing. Like, we are not happy that he is not voting for his constituents that voted for him. Like, we gotta hold them accountable, and we gotta actually follow through with holding them accountable. So I completely agree with you, Ethan.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it in California, right?
Oh yeah, Newsom! Woo! He's gonna be out of there.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be very interesting to see what happens, and if he gets recalled and who gets put up and replaces him. And it'll be really interesting to see if much changes. I mean, California is so far gone, so, but I think it'll be a huge statement, because it'll show that, they do have to be accountable to their constituents. And I think it sends a huge message across the country. If Newsom does get, he's getting recalled, and if he actually does get, kicked out, I think it sends a really big message across the country that, our representatives work for the people, not the other way around. They are not rulers. They are elected officials. And
Mhm.
it's a really important distinction that I think has been kind of lost on the people. And this needs to be a reminder.